Good day. I'm Louis Jansination, and today I will be discussing the taxation system during the American and Japanese periods in the Philippines. Taxation has always played an important role in shaping our nation's economy and governance. By exploring how taxes were implemented during these historical times, we can better understand how they affected Filipinos and what lessons we can apply to the present. During the American period in 1898 to 1946, the colonial government introduced a more organized taxation system. They implemented laws such as the Internal Revenue Law of 1904, which established taxes on income, property, and businesses. The Americans aimed to create a stable source of revenue to support public education, infrastructure, and government services. Taxes were collected by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, or BIR, which was also established during this time. The system was patterned after the US model and was considered more systematic compared to the Spanish system, which relied heavily on tribute system and forced labor. Meanwhile, during the Japanese occupation in 1942 to 1945, the taxation system changed drastically. The Japanese military government imposed war taxes and collected contributions from both individuals and businesses to fund their war efforts. They also required Filipinos to buy war bonds and use Mickey Mouse money, which eventually lost its value due to inflation. Instead of improving the economy, the Japanese taxation system became a burden that worsened poverty and hunger. Impact and analysis. The American taxation system had both positive and negative effects. On the positive side, it helped fund public schools, hospitals, and infrastructure projects like roads and bridges. It also introduced Filipinos to make a more modern way of managing government finances. However, it also had a negative side. Tax collection was sometimes unfair, especially to poor farmers who struggled to pay land taxes. The system mainly benefited the American government and local elites who had more economic power. In contrast, the Japanese taxation system was largely oppressive instead of supporting the welfare of the Filipinos. Taxes were used to sustain Japan's war expenses. Many people suffered from economic hardship, food shortage, and devaluation of money. This system reflected a government that prioritized military needs over the people's well-being. When we compare this historical taxation system to the modern-day system in the Philippines, you can see both similarities and differences. Today, we will still pay income tax, business tax, and property tax, just like before. But the main difference is that our taxes are now supposed to fund national development and public services for Filipinos themselves. From history, we learn that taxation is powerful. It can either build or burden a nation, depending on how it managed. Just like during the American period, taxes can support growth if used properly. But if abused, like during the Japanese occupation, it can lead to suffering. As citizens today, it's our responsibility to pay taxes honestly and also to hold our government accountable, to make sure our taxes truly go back to improving the lives of the Filipino people.